your website could be costing you. And I don't mean the monthly payments that you're making for your website. I'm talking about you have a website, but it's not making any money for you. It's not making any sales. It's not attracting any leads. That is really, really costing you. And that is super sad. But listen, do not start crying. Don't lose hope, because I have the solution you need. Yes, my guest, Ray Webmaster, is here. Now let's talk a little bit about Raymond real quick. He has been a full-time independent web designer since 2005 as the owner of Attraction Web Design. He focuses on the Wilmington, Delaware area, but work with clients throughout the USA with a background including operations and retail management, direct sales and organizational development, and was a former naval officer and is an active member of the Newcastle Chambers. So welcome, Webmaster Ray. Glad to have you on tonight's show. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm great. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about your digital presence is your first impression. I've jumped on a lot of websites. You know, I'm also a business coach and a fashion coach. So I've seen some websites and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of stock photos here. Like, who is the owner? It's like almost as if the owner does not want to be seen. It's like they want to be invisible. So I would love to, talk a little bit more about that. But first, I want to learn more about your journey, what got you, because I always feel like there's a story behind every business. I don't think a man or a woman just gets up and say, I'm doing this business because I need to make money, especially when the first few years you don't make any sales. So you definitely have to have a passion for it, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So could you share a little bit about your background and what led you to start your business?
Thank you. Yeah, that's a real good explanation. Like many people, maybe most people, it's kind of a second career for me. Mm-hmm. The college I went to, U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, it was a military maritime school. And so we trained to be officers on ships because I figured, well, I'm not sure what I want to do, but I know I want to do something that's doing something concrete, moving things from there to there. I was in the Navy for 3 years. I was an officer. And then when I came out, for years, I was in various levels of management, low-level supervisory management, operations. But I didn't have a particular career. I wasn't really set in stone on a particular company or anything. And so when the internet started, all the ISPs, they were saying, okay, if you use us for your monthly internet service, you can build a free website. So I built a website, and kind of right away I said, wow, this is a cool creative outlet. So I chose a subject for my website, and I built this site. And I said, this is kind of fun. And because I've always been single, and so when you're single, you have flexibility. I didn't need to earn huge amounts of money to get by. And so I kind of waded into it part-time, and I started building websites. It started out as the design area, kind of, again, the creative area. But I soon realized that I'm kind of getting into marketing. And it really is a journey that maybe God had me set up on, because I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up, but eventually I found this, and like so many people, sometimes it takes a while to figure out what you really like to do. And I enjoy it, and so I actually don't even envision myself retiring. I'll just keep doing it.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing about when you love something. Like you can do it for the rest of your life. You don't even think about retirement. When you know of me with my fashion, like when I started it, I got so much criticism, but I just loved it. And every time I try to drop it, I couldn't help but to pick it back up. It's your baby, And that's amazing. So why do you believe a strong digital presence is so important in today's world, especially with AI trending and everything like that?
Right. It gets more confusing all the time. Everybody knows you have to be online, but where do you go? There's so many choices. Everybody falls into their favorite social media channel. But since I started in the early days building websites, there was less social media and it was just websites.
Yeah.
And after a while, people realize, okay, people can get onto this from anywhere. And so people realize they need a website. But now it's become a little bit more difficult to figure out where do I focus my energy and my money. But your website is so important because it's the only thing online that you truly own.
Yes.
Everything else is like rented. It's like, yeah, you're on Facebook, but Facebook isn't yours. It's branded for Facebook.
Exactly.
All these different things. And there's, again, more and more of them all the time. You have to figure out where your audience is. So what you want to do is get people to your website, because that's where you have unlimited space and unlimited freedom to tell your story and to tell your prospects how you can help them. And so that's what I try to do. Your website is, anytime somebody hears about you, you should be sending them, okay, get them to your website, because it's leverage. So your website, the one-time cost is fairly low compared to monthly and annual amounts that you might pay for advertising, whatever type of advertising it is, or search engine optimization, or print ads, even mailers, anything. It's got to have your website on it to get people there, because all the money that you spend there, if your website is good, then it can close the deal for you. It
No,
can
it's
be your
true.
salesperson.
It's true. I can definitely attest to that, because I went to a networking event, never met this woman a day in my life. And I gave my pitch. I think I stuttered just a little bit. And I was like, dang, man, why did you stutter on that dang word? And instantly I went home and received a notification in my email. That very same woman, I shaked her hand, I gave her a hug, I complimented her on her dress. And she looked at me, she's like, oh my gosh, I really need to she's like, I'm going into a new position. I think she was going into financial coaching or financial advising or one of those positions. And she's like, I need to update my wardrobe. I need to do something new with my style. But the funny thing about it is I created a funnel, but it started with an ebook. And so she went ahead and took my business card, scanned the QR code, jumped onto the website. Then she clicked on style resources, grabbed herself the ebook. And then after she got the ebook, she got a notification saying, with a video of me talking about my academy. And then she went ahead and purchased the academy. She literally subscribed and dived into the academy and became a student right then and there.
So your website did the work for you.
It did everything for me.
You set it up that it's your salesman. And especially, I work a lot with individuals, solopreneurs, and people that, I do a lot of contractors.
Yeah.
They don't have an assistant. They're the business. And so your website is kind of like your top employee.
Yes.
And always working 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And the website, whatever you put on it, it's there, and you can put on whatever the heck you want.
So when clients are coming to you, of course, they go through a whole consultation, and you ask them all these in-depth questions about what they're expecting for their website. And they just tell you, hey, I'm doing this and that. I'm in music. I want to be able to get more gigs. And you kind of create their website based on what they're sharing with you.
Right. And actually, it doesn't, I won't even say I'm going to ask you in-depth questions, because that'll scare people away. So I start very, very plainly. It's like, what do you do? What area do you cover? And so I develop a relationship with them, which is something that I like. And it's a great benefit of my job, because I get to learn about them. I get to learn about their business. So because I'm learning about their business, I'm starting to ask the questions, okay, what would I search for? Why would I use you? And that's what I want you to tell me. Why should somebody come to you? What makes you unique? Because that's what's going to make your website stand out. As I'm working on the layout of the site, my client is giving me information, and I'll, if I think they need to send me some more, I'll do that. But every website has send general pages. The home page is like a mini website. Your about page was extremely important, because that's what separates you from everybody else. And again, you mentioned stock photos. It's like stock photos. You can use some stock photos, especially if it's something like consulting, where it's hard to get a picture. But you have to personalize it, because then that's what makes you stand out. You're not just some company. You're not somebody that might be in Wisconsin or India or someplace else.
I agree. I've jumped on the website and I see the poor quality stock photos. I just grabbed it up. They grabbed it off of pexels.com or something like that, and kind of just pasted there. And it's kind of blurry. pixelated? No. So the next thing I want to ask you, how does a professional website help build trust and credibility with potential clients? So those who are jumping on a website for the first time, because I know you mentioned earlier in the segment that a website is so important, because yes, we don't own Facebook, we don't own Instagram at any time. I mean, you heard about what happened with TikTok. They almost got rid of TikTok. And so business owners were relying solely on TikTok because they did all of their lives there and they showcased their products. And a lot of business owners were having heart attacks. And so with the website, when folks are coming onto the website for the first time, especially with a website with so much text and so much information, how do they become a first-time client? Do they keep going on there a couple of times? Like, what are some things that you feel like a small business owner or a new entrepreneur should have on their website? Should they have a chat box immediately? Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. The first things is that, again, standing out. And so almost like the homepage of your website, just the photo that you put there. And it doesn't have to be some design or anything, but just a photo. Mm-hmm. Make it representative of exactly what you do. Mm-hmm. And so because photos are so important, most of the websites that I build, I include right at the very top of the homepage a slideshow so that you can show 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different slides. And that show may be different aspects of your business. And so for myself, I'm trying to show that I deal with all different industries and I'll show websites of different industries. And so somebody make it so easy for them that they just have to click on your site and then they just have to sit back and the pictures are telling the story. And so again, the images should be representative of exactly what you do. And in particular, if you're a one-man shop or even any small business, show photos of yourself, show your own photos, because that's what makes you legit. Because you're right, the average person can tell right away that it's a stock photo.
Yes, or it's AI. Don't forget the AI photos now, it's taken over.
Right, you can't trust anything
It's really
anymore.
annoying, being honest with you.
It's quite so. And so on your website, again, whatever you can do to stand out, and that's why also encourage them to look at your about page to show where you came from, why you're the person to call to fill their need, to solve their problem. They're coming to your website to solve a problem, and you have to catch their attention quickly. So a good photo or photos, but you have to have answers and you have to have a call to action, because when I go to a website, I'm going to assume if it's good enough, I want to say, okay, buy now or call me. So the website is your salesperson, but then that website is going to help them get in touch with you. And then you can close a sale, even if you're not a salesperson, because they already see, wow, he's giving me all this information. He's got reviews from his customers. They all love him. And let's face it, we like reading reviews, even if we don't know if they're real. We just like, wow, this person liked them. And so I'll give him a shot. And it's like, wow, he has nothing but 5-star reviews. I got to get in touch with this person. So between that and if they say, these are the things I do, and one of those things is like exactly what you need done, then they're going to call you.
This is a common question I receive a lot, Ray, and they always ask me, should we put the prices on our website? Because what if they see the prices and they have a heart attack? They get really nervous. They're like, wow, this is too expensive. And then they go find their competitors and say, wow, let me compare prices. Or should I just book a consultation or just get in contact with me and then I'll talk about the prices then? Please share with us.
That is a super question. I know that personally you're wondering what I'm going to say.
I get this all the time.
I'm going to totally waffle and say anything is correct. Because, right, and you might go to your competitors and let's see if they put them on. Yes. Some people do, some people don't.
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't, because the biggest reason not to is because if you can get them to stay on your site, learn enough about you that they've invested time, then when they call you, it's not as much of a shock. Mm-hmm. I consider myself, I do post my prices, not on the home page, but I'll let people find them if they're looking. But I do that because I'm more of a value guy. And look, price is one of the reasons that people are going to use me. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't, because with especially something like web design, there's no particular, oh yeah, I know I'm going to pay this amount or that amount. But there's no wrong answer as long as you, hey, if you do a better enough job explaining yourself and showing that you're the expert, if it's something important to people, then they're going to check with you and they know you'll eventually tell them and take it from there. But I don't have strong feelings one way or the other. I'm happy to post prices because the other side, then you're taking away all the people that you don't want as clients.
Yeah. Here at Divinely Empowered Media, we're all about spotlighting kingdom entrepreneurs. Oh, we're with Ray right now. He's talking about websites, and I'm like literally obsessed with this topic because many people don't know this about me, but I'm an undercover geek. Yes, I am a tech geek. Yes, I love it. It's so much fun. And so we're spotlighting the men because I am not just a woman empowerment girl, but I'm a man empowerment girl as well, because we need strong men to be out there in the fields doing a great work for God's kingdom as well, because God made male and he also made female. So if you are a man that is doing great things in your business, you're serving your community, and you want to bring more brand awareness to your business, we definitely want to have you as a guest on our show or even in our magazines, or you can be the face of our magazines. Come on. So head over to our website and discover how you can partner with Divinely Empowered Media at www.divinelyempoweredmedia.com. We are in the homes. We're in 100,000 homes here in the state of Delaware. It's so amazing. On CBN, Comcast, Xfinity. So this is a great way to bring more exposure to your business. Maybe you're someone that's always networking or always posting on social media, but it's nothing like being on television because people are sitting down in their living room, and we're at the best time segment in the evening. Folks are comfortable eating their dinner and they get to watch you and hear about your business and reach out to you. So definitely partner up with us. Don't miss out on this opportunity. God wants you to shine. God wants you to be wealthy, and God wants you to be successful for his glory. So head over to www.divinelyempoweredmedia.com once again and discover how you can partner with us. So I want you to talk with the audience a little bit about how they can take their website to the next level. So for those who already have a website, maybe they're paying monthly for it. They probably have like a UNI or a Wix, and they're probably paying $39 a month. What is the next step they can take? They probably built their website on their own. They didn't work with a professional. What are some tips you can share with them? They're probably saying, I haven't received any sales. Hey, Ray, I have my website, but no one really goes on it. They're looking at their analytics and they haven't received any bookings. They get a lot of views, but they're not getting any bookings. What are some tips you can share with them to take their website to the next level and ship?
Yeah, that's real important because it's harder and harder to get high in Google because of all the competition out there.
Yeah.
And so your website's got to be good enough so that when they get there, you can't miss the opportunity. And so, again, one thing is, especially if you've had somebody else build the website for you, make sure that they've trained you on how to make edits yourself, even minor edits, because there's some big problems that people have with websites if they don't keep them updated.
Yeah.
If you have something that's prominent on your website and the date on it is 2 years ago, that they might think, wow, this person might not even be in business. I'm not even going to bother learning any more about them. But there's so many things you can always add to it. Just put news. I like to put a news page or an events page on a website because when somebody gets to a website, if they're reasonably interested in it, they'll go to that figuring, okay, I'm going to get the latest here. And that's encouraging to somebody because they see that you're active, that you're doing something, and just that you keep it updated. And so it's easy to forget to update your website, especially if you're paying somebody. Have them show you how to do it so you can make at least small changes.
That makes sense. So do you think it's necessary for business owners to have blogs? Like, should every business owner have a blog on their website? Is it necessary, or have articles?
Blogging was the initial website, the original website, and that's how WordPress came to be, because it's an easy platform to use so people can blog. So blogs are too difficult for most businesses. Yeah. Because you'll do and if you're blogging, maybe try to do one even at least once a month. Don't even start doing it once a week because you're not going to be able to keep up. You're going to be too busy. So the funniest thing about blogs is that fewer and fewer sites have blogs because if they've had a website for a while, they'll notice themselves that, oh my gosh, I haven't put anything on there in 2 years. Yes. And same thing, that date is right there in front of everybody. And so a blog is very useful for SEO. because you're giving the opportunity for all kinds of search terms. You can talk about different aspects of your business each time. You can concentrate on any particular topic. So it is good if you can do it. And if at all possible, you want to write it yourself. Don't have AI do it. Don't have like a hired person do it, because again, you're the person that knows your business, and you want to make everything you write's got to be unique. Because if it's not, it stands out. But so instead of a blog, sometimes I'll say, look, at least put a news page, and then you can just post periodically. If you don't get to it for a couple months, it's not like, oh, he missed this whole gap. And just post important things. And then you kind of have a reason. You have a reason to tell people, hey, visit my website, here's the latest. Whereas a blog is often, it's just too much for an individual or even a very small business to keep up with.
Yeah, that's true. I would say, would you agree probably like twice a month or once a month? Or if they can do it once a week, maybe they can set a specific day and time that this is the day and time I'm going to get it.
Yeah, if you can do it once a week, super. Twice a month is good, but I'll say, even when it's tough, don't let a month go by.
Yes.
And so I'm right with you there. And I have a blog on my site. For years, I was doing it once a month. Now I myself, I only get to it every 2 or 3 months. But at least if I get something up there, it's like, okay, when somebody sees a post, it's at least fairly recent.
Yeah, you're not too far away.
And it's good information. And you might not have that much to talk about. One thing that can make it easy, maybe instead of have a blog post, or your blog could be just a case study. So instead of having to think of something to like research and talk about, just talk about how you helped a particular customer. This way you can write it down. It flows easily, and it's actually better than just, this is how you do it. You're showing how you help somebody, and that's how you're going to help the new prospect.
Sounds good. How can businesses position themselves online in a way that truly reflects their brand and values?
Right. You want to, again, use the about page, give your own background, tell people what drives you to do what you do. I work with a lot of people that are either starting their business or their business is very young, and they're very excited about their business.
Aww.
They have no time to talk to people about their business, but that's where their website. So it gives you a platform to convey why you feel passionate about this. And so one way to do that is to explain your story. I'll say on your about page, even talk about anything that's related to what you do. It's like, wow, you own a landscaping company, but it all started when you were 5 years old and you were helping your daddy mow the lawn.
Yes.
Because that'll click with people, and the big corporations cannot compete with that.
Yeah.
Talk about grassroots, but talk to your prospects where they are, and again, you're trying to fill their need, but say, hey, look, I'd love helping people to do what you're going to help them with.
I love that you mentioned the story part, because I had another guest a few weeks ago who spoke exactly about that, selling with your story. How does God and faith play a role in your business and the way you serve others, Ray?
And I treat every website like it's my own website. So I'll put this thing into it, and I'll know that I can't even explain some of the things, because a lot of what I do is behind the scenes. So my client doesn't see it, but it gives me the confidence that like I'm doing the best job I can possibly do for them. And so when they ask me for something, I'll try to explain, this is a good idea. But my clients can see that I'm concerned with their website, because sometimes I yell at my clients. If they're not adding that little bit more to make them stand out, it's like I try to get them excited about their website, because it's going to help them out. Yeah.
So I don't know, do you do any like volunteering or any serving in your community or anything like that?
I do, yeah.
When you're not doing business?
I'm involved in several different things, and I've brought website design into each of them.
Wow.
I've been very involved in my running club. In fact, I'm proud that I actually went through all the paperwork to make us a 501c3 nonprofit. And so we do what we do. We're actually conducting a Couch to 5K program where we invite people for free, and we basically teach them how to run a 5K after a certain period of time. But I also built the website for it, so I keep the website up to date. And that's how a lot of people find out about us, through our website. Also involved with my Knights of Columbus. It's a Catholic men's fraternal organization. We raise a lot of money for charity, and so we do all different things. But it's important for us to get the word out there. And so I put on the website, I show photos of the various fundraisers that we do, but also we explain this is where the money's going. And so when you're participating, you're actually doing good in the community. And so it makes it all worthwhile. So it's not like work. It's like we're working for a cause.
That's amazing. I can tell you have a passion for what you do.
Yep.
Anytime you do your pitches, you're like, listen, don't even worry about the price. I'm affordable. I just want your website to look good.
That's it.
That's awesome. Well, Webmaster Ray, it was a pleasure having you on tonight's program. Please share with the audience on how they can contact you and get in touch and get some help with their website and take things to the next level for their businesses.
Sure. You could probably just Google Webmaster Ray and I'll come up. But my website is attractweb.com. So that's where basically I explain everything that I do. I do web design, but I help with hosting. So sometimes people have a website, but you're paying too much for hosting. Like, don't pay $39 a month when you can pay $150 a year for the same exact service. So I do that. I can... A big thing that I offer my clients, and even any prospect that calls, I give free consultation. And so if you're saying, look, I only have $500 a month and I got all these different choices, where should I put it? So I can help you figure out where to put that. So anything related to helping your business online, I can help with.
All right. Thank you so much. That was Webmaster Ray. I hope you found tonight's episode helpful and insightful, and you're going to be applying these tips and most importantly, getting in touch with Ray, because your website, as I said before, should not be costing you. Yes, pay your monthly payments or your annual payments, but make sure that people are not just viewing your website, but they're also booking. I shared my testimony. I met a woman for the first time. She went onto my website and I took her through a whole tunnel. Well, actually, my website did the work for me and she became a student. She joined my academy, right? So your website is really important. Thank you again, Webmaster Ray. I really appreciate you. Here at Divinely Empowered Media, we're all about spotlighting kingdom entrepreneurs. So if you are a man that loves the Lord and you have a business or a nonprofit organization that's making a difference in your family's lives and in your community, but you want to bring forth more eyes, more brand awareness. Maybe you're posting a lot, you're networking, but you have never been on television. We are literally in 100,000 homes in the state of Delaware. So if you're in Delaware and you want to bring more eyes to your business and you have a story to share, we definitely want to have you as a guest on our show or even a part of our magazines. We have digital and printed versions of our magazines. So you can be on the cover, you can have space in the 2 pages of the magazines and be able to share your story and have your contact information and photos of yourself. It's amazing. Okay. So if you've never been on Forbes, if you've never been on CNN, Divinely Empowered Media is where it's at on CBN, Comcast, Xfinity. Do not miss out on your opportunity to shine. God wants you to shine. God wants you to be successful, and he wants you to thrive for his glory. So head over to my website, www.divinelyempoweredmedia.com, and discover how you can partner with us. Until next time, I will see you soon. Bye.